So it's 8:15 and welcome to the Cred.15 at 8:15. My name is Ronan MacDonald. I will be your host today. Unfortunately, Kendra can't be with us today, but she will be back for our evening session. For those of you joining us for the first time, welcome. For those of you who have been with us before, welcome back. Our intention at the Cred.15 is to create a space where you can feel supported to navigate this time, to feel connected, and to build some strong habits. We want to support you to leave this 15 minutes feeling a bit more calm, a bit more focused, and a bit more positive. Very briefly, some housekeeping. We want to make this as interactive as possible. So after some reflective exercises, we will be inviting you to use the chat box to add some questions or share your insights from our session. For those of you joining on Facebook Live, please feel free to take some notes or just speak your answers out. So to help us prepare for our session, I'm just going to do a brief arrival exercise. So hopefully just take some moment to feel nice and relaxed and calm. Breathe. Breathe again. Smile. Relax. Arrive. Where you are, be natural. Open to effortlessness. To being rather than doing. Drop everything. Let go. Arrive. And hopefully you're feeling nice and relaxed as we prepare for our session this morning. We're going to start, as we always do, by doing our exercise in terms of emotional labeling and understanding how we're feeling at this time. So I'm going to invite you to think about the words this morning. Take a couple of seconds to reflect on how are you feeling at this point in time. On our sessions, we've spoken about using this as data or information to help you understand what's happening in your body at this time. So I'm going to ask you to take another couple of seconds and choose another word that describes how you're feeling. And if you can, we'd love to invite you to type your responses into the chat box. For me this morning, it's a combination of a little bit of anxiety. There's always a little bit of anxiety there in the background, but some excitement as the day ahead. Uncertain. Thank you, Neve. Ready. Thanks, Rav. Ready and prepared. Thank you, Dave. Overwhelmed and excited. Thank you, Nadia. Relaxed and focused. Thanks, Kateria. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an insight into what is happening so you can use that information and help you navigate this day. Uncertain and focused. Thanks, Shoga. So one of the key themes that we focus on in Cred and Cred.15 is the element of building strong habits. So for those of you who are with us on Saturday, I spoke about a couple of key elements that support us to build habits. One, motivation. It can help us get started, but ritual and habit keep us going. Two, we spoke about how many days it takes to build a habit, and we had a bit of fun around that. And the third element was we spoke around the quality and quantity of times you do something to build a new habit, how often we do it, and how well we do it. So I want to just do a bit of a deep dive into that this morning, and perhaps have a bit of fun around this to create some awareness and to help us all to be a bit more intentional about how we build habits. So if you have access, take a second to grab your phone and open up the calculator on your phone. If not, we'll share how to do this afterwards. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is bring awareness to how many days we have ahead to potentially build habits. So I'm going to invite you to this exercise. If you're male, we're going to pick the average life expectancy, 82. If you're female, average life expectancy, 83. Subtract your age from that number. The next step is that number multiplied by 365 days will give you another number, a large number. For me, my number is 13,140 days. Now, not trying to frighten anybody or create any fear, but that's potentially, if I live to the average male life expectancy, that's how many days I have left. And how do I choose to use those days is up to me. So it's a big number. But I want to build on that habit or that theme. We talked about how many days it takes to build a habit. And there was a lot of research, maybe 30 days, 55 days. Let's just be optimistic and go with 30 days. So take that big number and divide it by 30 days, and you'll get another number. So for me, I've got potentially 438 new habits I could build. I may build more, I may build less. But I want to encourage you to be more intentional about what do we focus on. We're not talking about just actions or to-do lists. We're talking about things that could make a meaningful difference in our lives if we focused on them. The fact that you're on this call shows that you're open to growth, and I really appreciate you being here. So I want to invite you to think about what habits could you start to build in the next 30, 60, 90 days. Many of us have got some great habits already that support us. Maybe it's exercise, maybe it's meditation, maybe it's journaling. But what could you do? My intention is to support you to start thinking about this, not to come up with your list of 438 in the next few minutes. So maybe you could build the habit of checking in to understand how are you feeling. Maybe it's the habit of better sleep. Maybe it's the habit of doing in the service of others. So take a couple of seconds and reflect on that. If anyone's willing to share, I'd love to invite you to type your responses into the chat box. For me, I'd love to get better I'd like to use this time to build my own communication skills, to just not assume things, to look after myself, get better at looking after my sleep patterns, my nutrition, If I could achieve a couple of those things in the next 30, 60 days, it'd be very supportive. So as we avoid device at night, yes, read more, look after my family, and will support you in the coming days and weeks ahead to start getting more intentional about that. As we talked about on Saturday, this is a great place to start. We're not going to finish here. So hopefully that's been helpful for you to start bringing attention and being a bit more aware about your choices. We're going to move on now to the next. There are 3 pillars in Cred. So the areas of focus, move, and connect. So in terms of focus, I'll invite you to think about, where do you need to choose your focus today? For some of us, it's around family. For some of us, around work. For some of us, it could be around prioritizing your day ahead. Where does your focus need to be today? Take a couple of seconds. And if you'd like, I invite you to type your response into the chat box. For me, I've got a big couple of rocks I've got to get done, things I've been putting off. And then there's a couple of small detail things I need to tidy up and get done. What is it for you that's going to make the biggest difference in your day? And moving to our element of, tax return. That's a big rock. Hopefully that goes okay for you. Thanks for sharing. In the element of movement, we want to encourage you to do something, to move for at least 15 minutes today. We always encourage creativity. So we'd invite you to think about, what is it you're going to do to move today? And when are you going to be able to do that today? And our final element, connect. We encourage you to make a social connection, to reach out and have a conversation. I'm going to introduce the topic again of Corona Buddy. So do you have a Corona Buddy who you could check in with today to see if they're doing okay, to see if there's anything you could do to support them or help them? As we talked about yesterday, never underestimate the impact a single conversation can have. So I invite you to think about, who could you reach out to today? Thank you for joining us on our Cred.15 this morning. For those of you starting your day, wishing you a wonderful day ahead. For those of you joining us from other parts of the world who are coming to the end of your day, hoping you have had a wonderful day. We look forward to welcoming everyone back at a Cred.15 evening session. Kendra and I will be back here at 5:15 this evening. Have a wonderful day, and thank you for being with us.